Yeah. Good morning, class. Good day, whichever time. This is Olashipo James Fade from PP and CP. Next on Introduction to General Agriculture, AGR 201 is characteristics of tropical agriculture. And in this session, we will be having two topics. The first is definition of the tropics. We'll be defining what the tropics mean. Then tropical agriculture will explain it. And afterwards, we'll briefly comment on problems prevalent in the tropics. By definition, the tropics is regarded as the area of the world that lies within the Tropic of Cancer and the Tropic of Capricorn. So what we are saying in essence is that in the map of the world, I believe most of you are familiar with map of the world. According to Wikipedia, the tropics is regarded as the region of Earth surrounding the equator. So we can see from the map that the Tropic of Cancer, which is in the northern hemisphere, and then the Tropic of Capricorn in the southern hemisphere constitute where we tag as the tropics. So we have the latitudes and corresponding to the axial tilt of the Earth. So tropics can also be referred to as the tropical zone or the torrid zone. The map we have before us from Wikipedia, you can see explaining it. That area that is painted pink shows everywhere within the tropic, regarded as the tropics. Within this area, from the map of the world, as you can see, you'll see the Tropic of Cancer on latitude 20 degrees, 23 degrees north, and 27 minutes. And Tropic of Capricorn down 20 degrees south to and 27 minutes down in the southern hemisphere. Areas within this location include the South America. From the map, you can see the Southern America up there, the Central America within this location it can be found there. Then the northern part of the South America. When you look at the South America down here, you see the area printed pink, that a major part of South America falls within the tropics. Again, you see much of the Central Africa and the whole of South Africa. You can see, as you can know from your geography, that Nigeria is located in this West Africa. You can see within the Central Africa, all this area of Central Africa and the whole of West Africa fall within the tropics. Other areas also include the South Asia. From the map, you see the southern part of the Asian continent is found within the tropics, as well as the northern part of Australia. I hope you can still recall that Australia is a continent on its own. The northern part is within the tropics. Most of these regions, they belong to the climate regarded as tropical climate, the tropical monsoon climate, and the savanna climate. So the characteristics of this tropical climate, these three types of tropical climates, will be discussed as follows. The tropical climate is mostly characterized by high temperature all year round. Within the tropics, the area falling under tropical climate, the temperature is always very high all year round, as we can see in Nigeria, what we usually feel. Then the minimum monthly temperature always exceed 64.4 degrees Fahrenheit. 64.40 degrees Fahrenheit. Then the areas within tropical rainforest receive at least 2.4 inches of rainfall in the driest months, which means rainfall is as well very high in the tropical climate. The second one is the tropical monsoon climate. In the tropical monsoon climate, it usually experiences pronounced short dry seasons. Then later, this can be compensated with heavy rainfall during the rest of the year. Then the savanna climate. Savanna climate is usually relatively dry with annual rainfall that supports growth of grasses. From the word savanna, I hope you know, is where we have is a grassland. Savanna means a grassland where few or no trees grow. So because of the low annual rainfall that is always received, it is relatively dry. Relatively dry means that compared to other tropical climates, it is drier than others. Then the rainfall supplied is only enough for the growth of grasses. Aside the high mean annual temperature in this climate, you see that we have high amount of mean annual rainfall and also receive highest amount of solar radiation yearly. So the solar radiation is usually the highest in the savanna climate. The humid part of this climate, savanna climate, has a favorable is very favorable for the cultivation of crops throughout the year, which means in the savanna climate, there is possibility of growing more crops. Most of the problems prevalent in the tropics, we have insufficient capital. This is the primary problem that we experience in the tropics. What is the source of this? In most times, there is a reduced support or low support from the government or agencies that can give capital for farmers to produce. Then the poor soil fertility. We discover that in these areas in the tropics, fertility is usually lower because of the soil, types of soil that are found in this location. Inadequate water supply in dry regions for irrigation. For instance, in the savanna that we have said, there is inadequate water supply. And also because of low capital for irrigation, you discover that water supply will not be adequate. Likewise, lack of mechanization you can find is also one of the problems in the tropics. If you can around this area, most especially in Nigeria, you discover that mechanization is not on the high side. It has not been really have been adopted. Few farms in Nigeria are mechanized. Taking Nigeria as a case study, you discover that if mechanization is really can be compared available compared to the advanced countries, you discover that our production will be enhanced. But it's unfortunate that in most areas of the tropics, mechanization is very low. Then 1/3 of the tropics consists of desert and semi-desert areas. And these are agriculturally important. What's a desert? A desert is a dry area, just as we have said in the savanna, and mostly in areas we call the Sudan savanna, the Sahel savanna. You see, it's very dry and it's around the Sahara desert. So it's closer to those areas. Those areas, because of the dryness and lack of water supply, you discover that is agriculturally unimportant. So I enjoy most of you to take notes, and thank you for listening.